Are you a Bigfoot believer? Justin Steinbrink has found a few in the UP who are ready to have a conversation with you about it. Good morning, Justin.
Hi guys. To say that we are in the middle of nowhere would be giving this place too much credit right now, as we are in the middle of Menominee County, Michigan, here in the Upper Peninsula at the Hide and Adventure, which is a pretty neat place that we found, along with one of these guys. And one of these guys. This is Greg Salk right now with the Hide Adventure, talking about Bigfoot, talking about the fact that this is a place that's dedicated to that, because you've had sightings here, haven't you, Craig?
Well, in 2012 we did catch a photo on our game camera, one of our game cameras, and that's what really started all this.
Now, you actually have caught the interest because of that. We can show some of the pictures here as we go through of that photo that kind of started this whole thing. With television networks, Animal Planet came out and talked to you guys about this. Did a whole special, right?
Yes.
So what was that experience like for you?
It's a little scary, but when it's not live, you know, if you screw it up, you can start over.
But being able to tell that story to them, kind of a neat opportunity, isn't it?
Right, and the gist of having them here in the first place and send the pictures in was to see what was in the photos, and what better place than to send it to them. They're professionals.
Now, they do a lot of work when it comes to like measuring, and you can see how that looks in the background, even when it's just that small little object in the background, and being able to see it. But it's interesting to be able to watch how they put all that together to kind of see where it is, where it's not, when it's there, when it's not, and they kind of are the experts to kind of give you an idea of what you're looking at, right, Craig?
Right, and that was what we were hoping for, and they didn't really give us exactly what we thought we were going to get, because we didn't know what we were looking for.
Yeah.
But what happened then is we just had computer experts after that look into it, and then we came up with a shape that is undeniable.
So you have really turned this into a tourist attraction. One of these guys here has kind of given you a full idea of what you're looking for, what you're looking at when you're out there finding Bigfoot, right? Look, I'm 6'4". This guy's pretty big. So give me a little bit of the basic characteristics of Bigfoot when you're looking for him.
Well, what we tried to do, because we're not sure exactly what a Bigfoot is, so we tried to go with the dimensions of a Gigantopithecus, which supposedly went extinct like 100,000 years ago. And so the idea is 8 feet would be a good starting point, and that's what we did with this one, is made him 8 feet and tried to do the extended arms. And
okay. Wow, he's a big guy, I'll tell you that much, that's for sure. Well, they're having a big convention here in the Upper Peninsula. It's the first ever that you guys are doing here in the southern sections of the UP. And if you are a believer or not, they want to have the conversation with you about it. You can join them for that coming up here tomorrow. They have that convention going on in Wallace, Michigan at it's the Little Nugget Golf Course, right? In Wallace. It's going on from 10 to 4. Anyone is welcome to come, join the conversation, join the debate, heated or not. They're willing to talk to you about it and hear more about your thoughts.
Whoop, whoop, whoop. What you're witnessing isn't the Yooper mating ritual.
There it goes.
It's the howl of the Bigfoot investigator trying to communicate with Sasquatch, who they say lives in this UP forest.
I've found footprints, I've seen eye glow, we've found tree breaks and stick structures. I have not had my own Class A sighting. When you can see the animal or creature fully, there's no room for misidentification. When you see it, you know it's not a bear, it's not a person in a suit, anything like that.
But that doesn't mean Rich Meyer doesn't believe.
I haven't 100% seen something and said, that's a Bigfoot. There's nothing else that can be.
Meyer is the founder of the Upper Peninsula Bigfoot Sasquatch Research Organization, which is dedicated to finding proof that Bigfoot is real and living in the woods of Michigan.
If I were to have my Class A sighting today, it would be one of the best things that's happened to me, other than meeting my wife and my son being born.
Rich and his fellow Bigfoot investigator, Sean Mullins, are scouting the woods at the edge of the Seney National Wildlife Refuge in the central UP.
We've got a tree that's roughly 2.5 inches at its base that comes up and is arched at around 7.5 to 8 feet tall and comes back down to the ground on the other side. It could be a road sign, it could be a marker for other Bigfoots that come through the area, things like that.
Yeah.
We tried to bend our own trees over. We broke one off. You can see the ground moving behind it. The other we ripped out of the ground.
We're trying to bend it down right here.
And they're,
But if you're taller, you can grab it from higher up and you can bend
yep. This spot is a hot spot because to our north we have 100,000 acres of U.S. Fish and Wildlife Refuge. So there's no human traffic through there. It's basically 100,000 acres of you can't find me because I don't want you to. I've caught glimpses of what I thought was maybe something up there, and other times I've caught what we call stump squatches, which are just stumps that as you're walking by, your eyes play tricks on you and you go, oh, oh no, it's not.
When you get bummed out on days like that, when you go out and there's nothing, no sticks, no noises, no knocks?
Not at all, because being out here doing this is a whole lot better than being inside of a store doing things retail.
Finding Bigfoot has proved difficult for all who have searched for it. The legend of a large fur-covered wild man can be found in almost every culture in the world. But that legend became mainstream after the 1967 appearance of the Patterson-Gimlin film, the most famous Bigfoot evidence there is so far, which shows a hairy creature on a leisurely stroll through the California woods. Ever since, there's been an explosion in reported sightings all over the country, including in most Michigan counties.
Most of the pictures we have are grainy, blurry pictures, and the theory is that maybe Bigfoot's just grainy and blurry, and that's why we can only get grainy, blurry pictures. For a picture, it's going to have to be clear. It's going to have to be better than the Patterson-Gimlin footage. The Patterson-Gimlin footage is the best we have currently, and that was taken 50 years ago. Unfortunately, a picture is probably not going to do it. My group, we're a no harm, no kill group, so we're not going to try to capture one or kill one. The only thing we can do is make sure that our evidence and the way that we collected our evidence is rock solid.
Rich also has a digital recording from a night he spent camping in the woods that maybe captured Bigfoot moving around his campsite. Maybe.
This is all of my notes where there's something happening on the recording. You can hear rock shuffle, and then you hear there's some bottles that were on the ground. Okay. You can hear the bottles move. Then you hear stick breaks.
Or maybe not.
There are a lot of skeptics. It's getting to where the skeptics aren't, oh, you're crazy and that's not going to happen, to the skeptics are, well, you got to show me some 100% proof.
They didn't get that proof on that day, but they weren't discouraged. Someday, they're convinced, they'll encounter Sasquatch.
At some point, I go to enough remote places, I will run into a Bigfoot.